Lord, prepare me to be a sanctuary, pure and holy, tried and true, and with thanksgiving I'll be a living sanctuary.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to have you here. Almost ready to say Shabbat Shalom. Welcome to Temple Israel. Howdy over there, too. It's an extra special Shabbat. In addition to welcoming in the day of rest, our special day like we do every week, we're happy to have our Kita Vav class joining us in front. They're going to help us lead services tonight and teach us. And we are extra excited to be here with Eliana Greenhagen and her family, who's celebrating her bat mitzvah, who's going to help us lead services tonight and be called to the Torah tomorrow. So we begin our services by transitioning out of the work week and into Shabbat, into our sacred time. And this is marked by the lighting of Shabbat candles, marking the transition from the mundane week to the day of holiness. So I'm going to invite everyone to please rise. And Eliana, I'm going to ask you to bring your family up to the bima to join with Cantor as we light the Shabbat candles. Shabbat Shalom. May be seated. Eliana stays with us up on the bima, and we turn to the Sidurim, the prayer books. Those are the smaller of the two books in the pews, and we turn to the opening of Kabbalat Shabbat on page 11. Let us go and sing to God, Lechuner Anana, page 11.
Lehuneranina, 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 ladonai. Lehuneranina, 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 ladonai. Naria, naria, litur yishenu nikadam, pana bitoda. Naria, naria, litur yishenu, bismiro, naria lo. Lehuneranina, 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 ladonai. Lehuneranina, 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 ladonai.
Let's turn to page 14. The heavens shall be glad and the earth rejoice. The sea and its fullness roar. The meadows and all that grows in them exult. Even the trees of the forest sing praise to God. In the middle of the page, Yismechu Hashamayim.
Yismechu hashamayim. Yismechu hashamayim. Yismechu hashamayim. V'tagel haaretz. Here am I, here am I, here am I, umlo. Here am I, here am I, here am I, umlo. Yismehu hashamayim. Yismehu hashamayim. Yismehu hashamayim. V'tagel haaretz.
Turn to page 20, at the bottom of the page at the red arrow, Romamu.
Romemu Adonai Eloheinu V'shitahavu L'har Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu V'shitahavu L'har Kodsho. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Ki Kadosh Adonai Eloheinu Romemu. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu V'shitahavu L'har Kodsho. Romemu Adonai Eloheinu V'shitahavu L'har Kodsho.
Let's turn to page 23 as we welcome the Shabbat Kala, the Shabbat bride, with the words of Lecha Dodi. Eliana will lead us in the first two stanzas, at the top of the page, and then we turn to the final stanza, Boi V'Shalom. And when we reach that final stanza, the tradition is to rise in our places and to face the door of the sanctuary, symbolically welcoming in Shabbat. Page 23, Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi, Vigra the Gagala, Pene Shabbat Nekabala. Lecha Dodi, Vigra the Gagala, Pene Shabbat Nekabala. Shamor v'zahor b'dibor ehad. Hishmiyanu el meyohad. Adonai ehad u'shemo ehad. Eshimo tiferet lahiti la 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 la. Hadodi v'gra l'grakala. P'nei Shabbat b'nekabala. La dodi v'gra l'grakala. P'nei Shabbat nekabala. Mikadesh Shabbat mechun al ha. Hiro el merah. Mirosh mikadem nusuka. Sof ma'aseh b'hal Torah. Tihida la 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 la. La dodi v'gra l'grakala. P'nei Shabbat nekabala. Laha dodi v'gra l'grakala. P'nei Shabbat nekabala. Boi v'shalom ataret bala. Gam b'shia uv'tola. Tok emunei am sugula. Boi kala la 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 la. Laha dodi v'gra l'grakala. P'nei Shabbat nekabala. Laha dodi v'gra l'grakala. P'nei Shabbat nekabala.
May be seated. Big Yasher Koch, and thank you to Eliana for getting us started with Kabbalat Shabbat. Let's turn to page 27, at the top of the page, a song for the day of Shabbat, Mizmor Shir L'Yom HaShabbat.
So sometimes in life, we pour our heart into a beautiful melody when we don't have the words, whether it's something wonderful that happened or something difficult that happened. We love to pour our hearts into a beautiful melody. Yai la lai 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 lai. Lai lai la lai 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 lai.
Ya la lai lai lai
Lai
lai
lai
lai.
lai. Lai 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 lai. Lai 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 lai. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat. Mizmor shir leyom haShabbat. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Tov lehodot l'Adonai. Uzamer l'shimcha elyon. Ulizamer l'shimcha elyon. Lehagid baboker baboker chasdecha. Ve'emunatcha ba'balilot. Ale azor va'ale navel. Ale higayon bechinor. Yai la lai. Yai la lai lai lai. Yai lai lai lai. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. Ya la la. Ya la la ya la 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 la. Ya la la la. Ya la 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 la. צדיק התמר יפרח, כארז בלבנון יזכה, שתולים בבית אדוני, בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו, עודים ומסבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, להגיד כי ישר אדוני, צורי ולא הבלטה בו.
Page 29.
Adonai malaki ulavesh lavesh Adonai oz hitazar haftikon devel bal timot Mikolot mayim rabim adirim mishpereyam adir bamarom Adonai erotecha nemnim levetcha nava kodesh Adonai leorech yamin.
I'd like to invite everyone to please rise. Kita Vav, if you want to find your parents wherever they are in the room. And as we start Shabbat, each week we share words of bracha, of blessing, at home traditionally with our children, the words of the priestly blessing, and here at Temple Israel with our fellow members of the congregation, the people around us. And feel free to put your arms around the person next to you if you're comfortable doing that. If you see someone by themselves, go over and wish them a Shabbat Shalom, say hi, see if they want to join you.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha. We join together. Ken yehi ratzon.
Ken yehi ratzon. May God bless you and keep you.
Yair Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
May God's face turn upon you, and may God be gracious to you.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon yasim lecha shalom. Ken yehi ratzon.
May God turn towards you and grant you shalom, grant you peace. Ken yehi ratzon. May be seated. Now we turn to our prayer for healing. As we think of the people in our lives in need of physical and spiritual well-being, friends, or family, sometimes people who are with us, sitting next to us, some people who we wish could be with us but are far away. If you'd like to include someone in the prayer for healing and would like to share their name, I invite you to rise in your place and to share the names of the people you are praying for when I come to you. V'et kol hacholim, and all those who are ill, we join together in a prayer for healing.
Misheberach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha leavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen.
Let's turn to the Mourner's Kaddish on page 30, and I invite those in mourning or marking a yortzeit this Shabbat to rise and join me in the words of the Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, Bialma divera kirute, biamlich malchute, bechayechon ubiomechon ubchaye dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala ubizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei Rabbah mevorach leolam ulamei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shemei dekudsha brihu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran bi'alma v'imru, amen. Yehesh lama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom, Aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May be seated. Call on our Director of Congregational Education, Naomi Fabes.
Good evening. Can you hear me? Great. Okay. Shabbat Shalom. Tonight, we celebrate the joy of Shabbat together while also highlighting something truly special, Kita Vav, and their learning throughout the year. Each student or pair or trio will share a presentation on a topic they've explored, guided by an essential question that has shaped their studies this year. In Judaism, asking questions isn't just encouraged, it's at the heart of how we learn and how we grow. From the Passover Seder to the Talmud, our tradition teaches us that curiosity and questioning lead to deeper understanding. These essential questions have inspired our students to think critically and reflect deeply, and tonight you'll get to see how they have engaged with them in meaningful ways. Before we begin, I do want to take a moment to acknowledge AJ Hepworth, who is the Kita Vav teacher, and he is unable to be here tonight, but he has led this class with dedication and enthusiasm. We are grateful for the time and effort he has put into making this year such a valuable experience for our sixth graders. So with that, let's get started and celebrate all the learning and hard work that has brought us to this moment. We're going to start with Bela and Natalie. And their essential question is, how does the bar bat mitzvah ceremony mark a transition in Jewish life? And how did bat mitzvahs come into existence?
They are seen as the coming of age when a child turns into an adult.
So many people might ask, who was the first person to give their daughter a bat mitzvah? Because in the older days, only boys got bat mitzvah. So it was Rabbi Mordechai Kaplan who gave a bat mitzvah to his daughter Judith Kaplan in 1228.
1928. Thank you. Ben, come on up. His essential question is, what is the significance behind the rituals of Hagbah and Galila in Torah services?
So the Hagbah is the term for raising the Torah, which is performed by the Magbia, and Galila is the word for rolling up and tying the Torah scroll after doing the Hagbah. Since it is not easy for all assembled to see the Torah when it is raised, after reading it, you perform the Hagbah to raise it so that everybody can see with like 3 columns. And then everybody recites a prayer, and then you roll it back up.
Beautiful. Max and Jack, how does the Holocaust connect to Purim?
Purim is a story about a bad guy named Haman that tried to destroy all Jewish people. But they were saved by Queen Esther and Mordechai.
Similar, the Holocaust was a time when the Nazis tried to get rid of all the Jewish people. Just like we remember Esther and Mordechai's courage on Purim, we remember the strength and resilience of Jewish people during the Holocaust. We are proud of all the Jews who resisted and survived.
Thank you. Noah, Judah, and Chase. How did the Treifa banquet controversy reveal tensions within American Judaism, and how did it contribute to the development of the conservative movement?
The Treifa banquet was where a bunch of rabbis were at a dinner and they got served non-kosher food.
They got served shellfish, which wasn't kosher. Some of the rabbis thought that being not kosher was too not Jewish, and so they split off and formed the conservative movement, which is an in-between of the Orthodox and Reform.
Thank you. Bailey and Jacob, why are there various spellings and pronunciations of Hanukkah in the English language?
Imagine trying to write down a sound from a language you've never heard before. That's kind of what happens with Hanukkah. Hanukkah with a CH. This is considered the traditional English spelling. It has been in use the longest and tends to be used in synagogues. Hanukkah with an H. This spelling is more commonly used than the traditional version. Some theorize that this spelling is easier for English speakers to say.
It's a Hebrew word, and Hebrew has some sounds that we don't really have in English. One of those sounds is made with the back of your throat, and it's kind of like a sound, but not exactly. So when people try to write it in English, they use different letters to show that sound. Some people write CH, some people write H. And that's why you see different spellings like Hanukkah and Hanukkah. Basically, it's like trying to write down a tricky sound from a foreign language. We do our best, and that's why we have a few different ways to spell it and say it. All of them are okay, and they all mean the same holiday.
Thank you. Farah and Noah. Who are the 12 tribes of Israel, and how are we connected to them?
Jacob, or Yaakov in Hebrew, had 12 sons forming the 12 tribes of Israel. The tribes were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Dan, Naphtali, Gad, Asher, Issachar, Zebulun, Joseph, and Benjamin. Over time, with kings, wars, falls of leaders, etc., the two distinct tribes left today are the tribes of Judah and Levi.
Throughout history, there have been descendants for every son of Jacob, but the ones still going right now are Judah and Levi. Anybody with the last names Levi, Levin, or Levine, etc., are of the descent of Levi. Everyone else is from the tribe of Judah. These tribes are what make up Jews.
Serena. Her essential question is, what are the demographics of Jewish populations around the world, and how do we factor into the global population as conservative Jews?
There are about 15 million Jewish people in the world. Most Jewish people live in two places, the United States or Israel. Those two countries have the biggest Jewish populations. Other countries like Canada, France, and Russia also have Jewish communities, but they're smaller. The core Jewish population, which includes those who identify as Jewish, is estimated to be around 0.2% of the world's population of 8 billion. This makes Judaism one of the smaller religions. Conservative Jews make up roughly 10 to 15% of the global Jewish population. Most conservative Jews are in the United States. Conservative Judaism is the third largest denomination in the U.S. behind Reform and Orthodox.
Isaac, what is the purpose of a Devar Torah, and why do we interpret Torah texts weekly?
The purpose of a Devar Torah is to teach the congregation a lesson from the weekly text or Torah portion. That's not all. This lesson could be physical or spiritual. These lessons usually connect to our daily lives in some way, shape, or form. This is very important in a Devar Torah because in life, one main goal should always be to try and become the very best version of yourself you can be. Therefore, by applying these weekly lessons from the Devar Torah, we can get closer to achieving this goal.
And last but not least, Snow and Aaliyah. How far back does Jewish history go, and what is the state of the current Jewish community?
Jewish history ranging over 3,500 years begins with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and concludes in the modern state of Israel.
Modern Jewish history, roughly from the 18th century to the present, is marked by significant democratic shifts.
Beautiful, and I hope you'll join with me as we wish them a Yasher Koach on their beautiful words of Torah this evening.
Yasher Koach Kita Vav. Wow, covered a lot of ground there. So one of the funny things about A.J. Hepworth's classes taught them for this year is that he would occasionally in the middle of class, he has my cell phone and he would call me with a question and he'd say, I've got Kita Vav on the line, which is a lot of pressure if I don't know the answer. Kita Vav is going to help us lead the Mariv, the evening service. Let's turn to page 39. Please rise for the Baruch Hu. Be seated. Blessed are you, Lord our God, ruler of the universe, whose word brings the evening dusk, whose wisdom opens the gates of dawn, whose understanding changes the day's division, whose will sets the succession of seasons and arranges the stars in their places in the sky, who creates day and night, who rolls light before darkness and darkness from before the light.
El Chai V'Kayam תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני, המריב הרבי.
Amen. Page 40.
אהבת עולם בית ישראל עמך, אהבת תורה מצוות. כי הם חיינו ואורך ימינו, ובהם נגע יומם בלילה, בבטחה תעשי ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני, אוהב עמו ישראל. שמע ישראל, Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Leolam Va'ed. V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha bechol levavcha ubechol nafshecha ubechol meodecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam v'shivtecha b'veitecha uvelechtecha v'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha ukshartam leot hayadecha v'hayu letotafo b'neinecha uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha uvisharecha.
Continue on page 42.
Adonai Elohechem Emet.
Then Moses, Miriam, and the people of Israel joyfully sang this song to you, Micha Mocha Ba'alim Adonai, top of page 44.
Malchuto beratzon kiblu alehem, Moshe uMiriam u'bnei Yisrael, lechanu shira, v'simcha haraba, v'amru chulam. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot, osefel. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot, osefel. And the river is wide, and the river is wide, and the river is wide, and the river is deep, and the river is standing between you and me, and freedom. But we shall overcome one day. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot, osefel. Micha mocha ba'elim Adonai, Micha mocha nedar b'kodesh, Nora tehilot, osefel. ונאמר, כיפת אדוני את יעקב וגילו מיד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני, גל ישראל.
Amen. Allow us, God, to sleep peacefully and awaken us again to life. Remove from us enemies, pestilence, sword, starvation, and sorrow, and remove the evil forces that surround us. Blessed are you, spreads a canopy of peace over us, over all the people of Israel, and over Jerusalem. Page 45, Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu. Hashkivenu. Adonai. Eloheinu leshalom. Leshalom. Hashkivenu. Adonai. Eloheinu leshalom. Leshalom. Beha'amideinu. Malkeinu. Lechaim. Lechaim. Ufros aleinu. Sukkot. Shlomecha. Shlomecha. When I lay down at night, when I rest my head, oh God, watch over me. And when the morning comes, we thank Adonai and pray for peace. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, ve'hamidenu malkeinu lechaim. Ushmor tzitenu vo'enu lechaim u'shalom me'atav yad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shalom lecha. Baruch atah Adonai. Haporei sukat shalom aleinu v'kol amo Yisrael. V'al Yerushalayim.
Amen. Page 46, please rise.
Shamru b'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat, la'asot et ha-Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ושמרו
את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש, שבת וינפש.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם ברית עולם.
יתקדם ויתקדש שמי רבה.
אמן.
ויאמר דברך חירותי וימליך מלכותי.
בחייכון וביומכון וחיי דכל בית ישראל. בעגלה בעגלה ובזמן קריב.
ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מבורך. לעולם ולעולם יומיה. יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויבר ותרומה ויתנשא. יתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל. Shemedekut shabrichu, Liela min kol birchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Damiran v'yalma, v'yimeru. Amen.
We spend the next few moments in silent prayer with the words of the Amidah, beginning on page 47.
Huyaseh shalom. Huyaseh, 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 huyaseh shalom. Aleinu. Chad, shtayim, shalom, sharpa. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. May the one who makes peace bring peace down, bring peace down. Oh, say shalom. Shalom. Huyaseh, 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 shalom. Huyaseh, 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 shalom. Aleinu.
Continue on page 54 with Kaddish Shalem.
Yitkadal v'yitkadal shemei Rava, v'yamad yivrach yirutei v'yamnichmachutei v'chayechon v'yamechon v'chayetro b'ez Yisrael, v'galav v'zman kariv v'yimru amen. Yehi shmei Rava mevorach, v'yolav lo me'omaya. Yiparach, yiparach v'yishtabach v'yipar v'yitruman v'yinaseh, v'yitadar v'yitalef v'yitalach shmei nekut shavrichu. Min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, damiran v'yalma v'yimru amen. Titkabot tziltonu v'aton l'chol Yisrael kadam, avuhan v'yishmai v'yimru amen. Yehi shomar rab, amin shemai v'chaim elin v'al Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom v'yimru amav, huyaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'yimru amen.
Page 55, please rise. Eliana Greenhagen leads us in the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho b'ha'ava uvratzon hinhilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishi ki hu yom tehillah lamikraye kodesh seher litziat mitzrayim ki banu b'ha'ata ve'otanu ki jata mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodsheha be'ava uvratzon hinhaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mikadesh ha'shabbat.
Amen. Take a sip. Great job. You did awesome.
Anu kimishpachot ha'adama shelo sam chelkenu kahem v'goralenu
ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא,
שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום להשב אותה אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל.
ויארץ מתחת עיניו. ככתוב בתורתך אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו
May be seated. We turn to the Mourner's Kaddish, page 58. This week we observe the Yort sites of Alvin London, Arthur Hagen, David Shapiro, Florence Weinstein Jacobson, Henry Fox, Joseph Kaplan, Beatrice Jacobs, Esther Lamb, Minnie Norman, Paula Levine, Hyman Bruck, Melvin Teitelbaum, Murray Bryn, Philip Rosenberg, Philip Rosenstein, Reba Brenner, Roberta Joan Gutstein, Rose Lewis Eisner, Rose Weissman, Yetta Krieger, David Schmaling, Jay Walensky, Shirley Goodman, Beverly K. Goodman, David Berkowitz, Gertrude Rigberg, Harry Katz, Hattie Smith-Cinco, Irving Schwartz, Norman Lober, Ruth Glick, Sadie Shoshana Schwartz, Sylvia Taffet, Ann Scharfglass, Blanche Brownstein, Fanny Blumenthal, Ida Friedman, Iris Stessel, Jeffrey Ross, Libby Serber, Dorothy Glass, Emma Goldberg, Esphir Braver, S. William Flack, William Bill Barman, Abraham Ackerman, Arnold Levy, Ernest Bucketman, Faye Berman, Helen Sondheimer, Jerome Darholt, Maxine Goldberg, and Stanley Weiss. This week, we want to additionally remember congregants who passed recently, including Maxine Albaum. We send condolences to her husband, Joel, her sons, Todd and Andrew. We mark the loss this week as well of Robert Abel. We send our condolences to Anne and to Ruthie and to Michael Abel. Page 58, invite those in mourning or marking a yort site to rise and join me in the Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, V'alma divera kirute v'yamlich malchute. V'chayechon u'vyomechon u'chaye dechol beit Yisrael. V'agala u'bizman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shemei rabba mevorach leolam u'lameo maya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yithadar v'yit'aleh v'yithalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata. Tushvachata v'nechemata. Damiran v'alma v'yimru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'yimru amen. Oseh shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. May be seated. Representing the Temple Israel Board of Trustees, call him Barry. Nope, not Barry Barbaro. Okay, then I'll share some announcements on behalf of Temple Israel Board of Trustees. Coming up, first of all, big Yasher Koach to Cantor Lissick for leading services this evening for our Kita Vav class. Great job, all of you. To their teachers, including AJ Hepworth and Naomi Fabes and Alan Jonathan and Cantor, who also teaches them for B'nai Mitzvah Basics. And a big Yasher Koach and Mazel Tov to Eliana Greenhagen, who's now fully into her Bat Mitzvah Shabbat. And we look forward to continuing seeing more of you leading us tomorrow and being called to the Torah. Mazel Tov to your family. A few upcoming events. Passover is just over a week away, and Temple Israel hosts second night congregational Seder on Sunday, April 13th at 6 p.m., led by Cantor Lissick and myself, and invite you to join us for a hopefully meaningful and beautiful, enjoyable way to celebrate Passover, including the Seder and dinner, and RSVPs close on this coming Monday. So if you'd like to join us, please sign up. April 23rd, following the conclusion of Pesach, we gather as a community for a Yom HaShoah commemoration. Yom HaShoah is the annual Holocaust Memorial Day here at Temple Israel. And we welcome guest speaker Judy LaPietra from the Stan Greenspont Holocaust and Social Justice Education Center, who will teach us about the history and significance of the term genocide. We also want to invite all families to come discover what makes our religious school, Temple Israel Religious School, TIRS, so special. Join us for an open house on May 4th in the morning, where you'll meet teachers, explore our curriculum, and see our vibrant learning community in action. And we welcome you to learn more about how we inspire our Kita Vav, but all of our kids starting in Gan. And tomorrow morning, Shabbat services at 9:30 a.m., at which we'll celebrate the Bat Mitzvah of Eliana Greenhagen. We're going to conclude on page 5. Let's turn back to the words of Shalom Aleichem, the second half of the page. And following the conclusion of services, if you're staying for the Kita Vav class Shabbat dinner, invite you to join together in the social hall behind the sanctuary.
Shalom Aleichem Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu.
Shalom Aleichem, Malachi Asharet, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Ay, 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 boachem leshalom, Malachi Ashalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu, Nil Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu, Nil Shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, ay, 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 tzedchem l'shalom, Malachi Shalom, Malachi Elyon, Mimelech Malachi HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom, Mazel Tov.